everyone, I hope you're all well. I just want to share something with you. I've had a lovely few hours with my daughter. She's come over to visit. She's come to borrow some clothes because she's going out tomorrow. So she's gone home with a nice little black dress to wear and my new boots. She looks absolutely stunning in them, so yeah, she's going to look beautiful tomorrow. Um, yeah, she's come over. We've had a bit of a good chat together actually. It's just wonderful to see how she's growing and how she's actually understanding her own mental state and her own what she has to do to move forward. I mean, she's gone through a lot with me. Obviously, I've been through so many different relationships with her dad and people after. And she's seen so much and had to live through so much. So obviously she has mental health issues. She knows this as well. You know, she's accepted that. But she's actually moving forward, and it's beautiful to watch. She was telling me today, you know, just certain things that she's coming out with. You know, because she was like me, she would get suicidal and she suffers with anxiety and panic attacks. We're not quite sure if it's ADHD or if it's or what yet. She needs to be tested for a few different things. But she's actually understanding herself and the toxic patterns that she's learned through me unintentionally. Obviously, you know, I've never wanted to cause harm to my daughter, but you know, I didn't know any better, and she's watched me struggle. You know, she's watched me at the end of my tether. She's watched me have a nervous breakdown, and that wasn't pretty. You know, it was the last thing I wanted my daughter to see. But yeah, she witnessed all that, and obviously it's a bit difficult to talk about because you know I did bring a lot of harm onto her through what I did. Just through toxic relationships, being around the wrong people, but I didn't know any better. And it's good she understands this. I mean, she's seeing me move on and move forward and get better. And she's taking, she's paying attention. She's a very bright girl. She's very intelligent. Um, so, yeah, it does sink in, and it's good. You know, she's taken on board the advice, and you know, sorry, I'm all teary now. She says that she needs to unlearn a lot of toxic behaviour, you know, that she's learnt over the years through me, but and through other influences as well. It's not just been me. Obviously, she's had my toxic partners there with the influence. She's had toxic friends as well, bullied at school and stuff like that. You know, she's trusting in herself a lot more, trusting in her own abilities, finding her self-worth at last, and it's amazing. Um, it's just been really nice to see it today. So I've done a reading for her. She chose the cards, which I just pointed to my all my decks. I said, "Go choose." So she picked the fairy blessing cards. Now I've only used these a couple of times, or about 3 or 4 times, I suppose, for my own readings for myself, and they are very freaky. And yeah, so it was funny because all of her cards said exactly what we'd been talking about. So I did myself a reading as well, and I'd like to share what they said. It was they are freaky what they come out with, and Dot, you said about truth seeker. Now I understand. Yes, I think it was. I've got Starseed cards, and this was back in, I think it was December that I got these. I was there with my friend Heather's, who bought me my first tarot deck pack cards. And it come out that I was a truth seeker in my cards, and reading about it, it was just spot on, and it just all made sense. Yeah, I can understand. You are that person in your family, the truth seeker, the truth teller. exposing all these toxic behaviours, bringing them to light, everything that went on. It's the same with me and my family, I'm the only one that's speaking up against it, um, everybody else is either in denial or just complaining, doesn't accept it, but like I say, they have their own issues. But yeah, we are the truth seekers. We are the people that heal others. We help others move forward as well. Just the encouragement that you're giving me is helping me move forward. Relating to the things that I'm saying, it all makes sense. That's the thing, and it's good when things make sense. You can just move forward. So that this is a good thing for you. This is a good turning point, because it does give you meaning. It does give you a reason to be here instead of being the abused, instead of being, the outcast of the family because you've spoken up about things or wouldn't tolerate certain stuff. It's quite mad. I'll read them out, but the freaky bit was right at the end, which it will coincide with what we've been talking about truth. It's quite freaky. So I shall start with these. I had 4 cards, and then I looked at the bottom card as well. And it was a bottom card that took me onto the really freaky stuff and the bit that you might relate to you as well, so you'll have to wait till the end. You can skip forward if you want, fair enough, but now the first card, you can see that, a blessing of power. You have to excuse if I get some words wrong, because there's some strange words. You might know what they are and can correct me, but I'll have to look them up properly for the pronunciation. So even my daughter's a bit like, oh, I don't know, is it this way, is it that way? What number is that? Page 20, number 25. These really are beautiful cards and freaky. Right. The gift of our own determination, will and ability to shape the world. Now these are my cards. This was my reading. My daughter's reading I keep private, but that's for her. With this gift from the fairies, you can now work with your power in blessed ways. May this gift connect you more deeply with your own innate and natural power. May you feel it arise from within you, right from your own inner sun, with a touch of a fairy wand, a moment of light shining upon you that warms you and helps you trust this great force within you. With this activation comes your ability to create positive, beautiful, caring, compassionate change within the world and within your world. And when your power arises, you will bring substance, meaning and goodness, and find the willpower and drive you need to fulfill and fulfill the promise of your own innate talents and gifts. With this power, you will create and recreate your own world and find ways to help support others and feel the safety of bringing their own power to birth. For when we are all powerful, we no longer give our power away to institutions or organisations or governments. We all become shining change makers, divine catalysts who make a difference within the world, allowing life to shape us, but leaving a mark upon the world which generations after us may be grateful for. The fairies bless you with this gift for your own natural power, no longer impeded by doubt, fear and worry about its misuse. There is a voice within you, and it can be guided and worked with, nurtured and directed, and it can come to support your very best self. This gift is a great blessing of the fairies, is now yours. Expect significant change to take place from this day. In this way, may you restore your trust in the wisdom and goodness of your own power. Blessings, friend, and feel the gift of the power within, the gift that the fairies have shown you this day. Now, what can I say about that? It's everything that I've been doing. It's just how everything is at the moment. Very much so. You know, people who watch this channel, I'm sure you can relate to everything that I'm saying there. I certainly can. It makes me smile. It gives me a fuzzy feeling inside. Right. Alright, this one. A blessing of a fairy guardian. Now, I know it sounds daft, but there was an incident when I was a child back in Blackburn. I was only little. I don't know what age. But I was jumping down stairs one at a time. And I must have been about 7 to 10 stairs away from the bottom. Like I say, I'm only little, maybe 3, 4. I'm jumping down, and I jump, and then I get lifted up and put all the way down to the bottom. But there was nobody there. And that's a proper mad memory. And I've always thought that I've had somebody there helping me along. Even in my darkest times, even when I've tried to commit suicide so many times, but it's never worked, you know. I've lost count, seriously, and they've not been, tame attempts either, you know. It's been full on, and I've always got through it. And the same with my mental issues. I've always managed to get through. I've always had, I don't know, I really don't know, but yeah. I shall read this one, 41. You know, I've always thought that there's forces there helping me along, definitely. I think this is just a little bit of confirmation there. The very gift of magical protection and lifelong true loving care. At your birth into this world, human child, a fairy came to you and offered you a blessing of your soul. For each of us is a blessing. For each of us, this blessing will be unique, created especially for the journey we are destined to take in this lifetime. Sorry, my nose is running. So, with this blessing, may you know again the beauty and the sweetness of your own fairy godmother, your fairy guardian. For she is still with you, helping to ease the way and remind you, and often as she is able to pierce the veil. Now that actually made me and my daughter laugh. She got this part as well. Pierce the Veil. It's one of her favourite bands. She's a very alternative girl. Gothic, emo, you know. She's got stretched ears, tattoos, coloured hair. She's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it was just like a bit of a, oh, you listen to this, especially in her reading as well, there's that bit come out. I'm going to have to press pause a minute because I need to go and blow my nose, so I'll be back in a minute. That's better. Right, I forgot what I was talking about now, so I'll just carry on with the meaning of this card. May you now feel the presence of her love. May you feel that sense of being looked out for, that there is one being from the elemental world who works with your soul and helps you at all times. When this blessing comes, tune into her presence and know that all about you there is comfort, the goodness, and the way to move through all difficulties. Your fairy guardian has always been with you this lifetime and will remain until you have journeyed on. Know you are her most precious charge, and when times come that become troubled and life seems bleak, know there is a being whose duty is to bring you back to hope, to optimism, to the sense that you are a gifted, cherished being. Feel now the love of the fairy guardian, your own fairy godmother, and believe again in your own blessedness. Yes, that was very nice. I don't know if I showed you the card, I can't remember, but there we are. So the next one I got was A Blessing of the Butterfly Queen. Now, I've got lots of butterflies around my flat. Got clip-on ones everywhere and stuff, and they look quite nice. I do like butterflies. I'm thinking about painting some butterflies on that purple wall. Because with all my rooms, I've got like an undersea for my bathroom, and I've got a universe for my bedroom. Most it's painted black, and I've done actual deep space objects on my walls, all in glow in the dark UV paints. So I've got UV light that glows them all up, and I've put my own flair on it as well. So I've added my own galaxies and things like that, my own renditions. But yeah, there's a few good ones on there. I will show it you one day. I do have videos somewhere. I have to look for them, but they are just through the stages of actually painting it. It took me a long time to do it. It took me a while because trying to find the right paints that look the same in, you know, when the light's off, that it looks like how the galaxy's supposed to look. And then when you turn it off, it just looks like the galaxy's glowing in the same colours. But you know, they were expensive at the time, so I've had to use what I could find: fabric paints, all sorts of things, even mix down face paints with PVA glue, just because they was bright, the colours that I wanted for the effect that I wanted. So you know, I do utilise stuff. But yeah, it's something that I wanted to do on this back purple wall. Just put sort of like a big fairy, well, maybe a fairy, I don't know, I like fairies, but a butterfly motif. You know, something earthly in this room, something nice. I've got a long hallway with stairs and lots of wall, and I was thinking like of doing like trees going up the wall. I've got all these ideas for this flat, but you know, it takes time. Money that I didn't have at the time, so maybe I'm alright to do it now. I can crack on and get this place out how I want it. But yeah, I'll carry on with this now. I'll stop waffling. A Blessing of a Fairy... Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong one. I've got to look for the actual page, haven't I? Here we go. Number 3. A Blessing of the Butterfly Queen. The fairy gift of graceful change and transfiguration. To you is granted the fairy gift of transformation and change. Your life is re-becoming, and all obstacles will be broken through until you take flight into the life you have recreated so courageously. The fairies are gifting you with all you need to move through a time of great expansion, change, growth, and tumult with integrity, grace, and tenacity. Your time to be reborn is approaching, and the Butterfly Queen will be with you as you transform and reshape your life. This is something that I'm doing at the moment. You know, I've been doing this, you know, since November, December time. Just moving forward, transforming my life. It's completely opposite to what I was before November. You know, it's quite surreal, really. Just the change in my own mental attitude and the changes in my life. You know, everything's moving forward, and it's getting faster and faster and faster, and it's good. It really is. And I just need to share this. I need to share that people can move forward. You know, from such a dark, dark place, somewhere where you thought you'd never escape. I never thought I'd escape from somewhere that I was, you know, I was rock bottom. But yeah, the changes, just trusting in myself and the universe, it's an amazing thing to do, and I'm benefiting from it in every aspect, you know. And I've never felt happy like this before. You know, usually it was a fleeting thing, you know, maybe a few days of happiness, or if I was in a toxic relationship, it wasn't even that, maybe a few hours of happiness is all I got, you know, for months and months and months. Yeah, so it's a complete turnaround. It's very surreal. Oh, I keep walking around the flat and just laughing and giggling to myself and smiling like an idiot. I think I'm going mad sometimes, you know, completely going off my head. But you know, anything that makes me feel this good has got to be good, hasn't it? You know, I've got to keep doing it, just see where it goes. It's brilliant. Um, yeah, life's a mystery, and I'm well open to the experience now. Looking forward to it. It's very, very strange feeling. Anyway, I should carry on with this. I think I did. Right. Your time to be reborn is approaching. Oh yeah, and the butterfly queen will be with you as you transform and reshape your life. As you change, even as you struggle at times, you will inspire and grow and rework your life in magical ways. The ancient caretakers of the planet are the Fae, and their presence will be with you as you transform. You have beauty, and your presence will be bright and joyful, bringing so much to others, but most of all bringing a deep contentment and fulfillment to yourself, which is very much so. You know, I've never felt fulfilled and contentment like this. You know, it's very strange. It's very weird. Focus on all you wish to see grow and become more at this time. I tell you, I'll burst with just happiness if there's more to this. I tell you, yeah. Uh, Become more at this time and know with great and firm conviction that you are blessed and beloved and precious human child. Yeah, it just all fits in. It really does. Now here we have a blessing of Bridget's flame, and that's page 34. The fairy gift to light the dark spaces, to bring spring to the heart's winter. She chooses to bring you her gift now, a fairy blessing to light the darkness and bring warmth to you once again. Her heart is aflame, her eyes like two green lakes, and her hair a field of gold. She is a goddess Bridget. She who unites us, she who protects us, she who inspires us, has claimed you, and under her watch and protection. As under her watch and protection. Bridget is a fairy goddess of flame. I'm a fire sign. Flame, and I have green eyes. Flame from the cleanest, most primal source. Her name means bright arrow. Sagittarius, isn't it? It's the archer. Almost as if I'm a Sagittarius, I should say. Almost as if she is a ray of light directing from the sun, and this fiery ignition is the key to the birthing of ideas and ideals, and thus in this way she brings her fire to your blessing and ensures you will be warmed. That sacred hospitality will reign, that all will be welcomed, that solar light will burn brightly for you. Bridget's fairy light is a brightness that brings warmth, new life, even the rebirth of our souls to us all. Bridget is able, with her fiery flame, to burn away within us whatever is harming us, and she is able to illuminate our very best traits with it too. She will help you who receives this blessing, for her holy fires move further into your own creative power in healthy, beneficial ways that help people contribute from their very best selves. She oversees creative endeavours, poetry. So the words that are spoken will touch our souls. She is a smith I'm a welder, I like metal, but I'm sure I was talking about welding earlier, or being a blacksmith. Yeah, it was that poem, the blacksmith poem. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's it. She is a smith. Um, so she helps us create alchemy and bring together the differences in order to create something greater. That's just freaked me out, that has. Cool. That didn't click earlier. Oh my god. Um, I lost where I am. It's just blown me away. The bringing together of differences in order to create something greater, something united. And she is transcendent of labels. Call her what you will, goddess, saint, pagan, fairy, woman. She will bring wealth and healing and great good to all who receive this blessing. Where her sacred flame is, peace is found, inspiration is birthed, goodness abounds, abundance flows, creativity is celebrated, and a sense of united purpose completes us and brings us home. I absolutely love that part, because that's just my intentions, and this is what I feel getting back from you. All my subscribers, all the people that have commented, the support that you've been giving me, and watching people heal, watching people move forward, complete strangers. It's good. It's amazing. And this is what this channel's about. She is a fairy goddess, and she has walked forward with a candle lit from a flame within her heart, and her fire shall unite and delight you who receives its gift this day. Blessings, human child, and may Bridget, the swan, the nurturer, the sword maiden, the mother, the fairy goddess of the old lands be with you. See, I love these cards. And now, those are the ones that came out, and then this one was the bottom one. Now this is what took me on to the next freaky bit, and this is a bit for Dot. Well, not quite this one, but the next one. A blessing of rapture, but yeah, maybe it is. You found out you're a truth seeker. It's acknowledgement of who you are. It's a good thing. What page is that? Page 4. Sorry, number 4. Card 4. Sorry. Here we go. The fairy gift of the sweetest, most intense joy and gratitude. The gift of rapture is yours. It is the gift from the Fae of a moment that makes you draw your breath in and pause, wondering at the beauty and the ecstasy of existence. This moment of pure, unadulterated wonder will open wide your heart and bring a deep joy into your world. It will fill you with the certainty that to be alive is to be blessed, that to feel this deeply is a gift, that to be able to share the wonder of existence and natural raptures is an inspiration to all who encounter you. It is as if your eyes now can see more clearly, your heart is opened a little wider, your whole being is leaning into the experience of life and is committed to the wonder of everything. You feel more connected, more joyful, more patient, and yet more active than before. Oh yeah. I started doing the exercise videos and I'm getting more active the last day longer. But yeah, see, it's all coinciding with everything that's going on, and yeah. You feel part of the great story. I even posted on Facebook, I found my purpose, helping people. I have what I'm doing, exposing narcissists and talking about abuse. It's helping people heal. I found my purpose. I'm using everything that I've learned over the years, 47 years, and helping people move forward in a good way, exposing the toxicness and hopefully it will move on to bigger and greater things, exposing governments, and you know, I mean, I am sort of a behind the scenes activist type person, you know. I see the atrocities through the governments, through the benefit systems, through the health systems, through everything. You know, it needs to change, and I think this is the way forward. Exchanging toxic personalities for empaths, you know, people that can care for people, putting them in power instead. I think this world will be a whole of a lot better place. And it's just a simple thing to do, you know. People in power, you know, they're exposed, they're out in the open, they're exposed. We can see their toxic behaviour, you know, they should be held accountable for it. It's easy to spot. Just sack them. Fucking sack them. They don't deserve the job. You feel part of a great story, and you now know how glorious life can be. This energy will now flow into you, through you, and into the world, becoming part of your contribution to the planet. And the fairies are glad that you have finally touched the ecstasy of your life and know of the beauty of life. Even when this moment passes, you will be left with the knowledge of the wonder, and so life will be ever changed in magical ways. Yeah. Now, this that's what I've just read, and now the opposite page. Now this is why I think this bottom card was here, was actually for this one, and because me and my daughter was talking about honesty and being open and honest, and she's found a person that's being absolutely so open and honest with who he is, and it's so wonderful to see, you know, somebody her own age that's got his head screwed on, and he's encouraging to her, you know, and I think that he's going to help open her eyes. Because he's got his own mental health issues. She was saying that he's schizophrenic, which I do understand a lot about, very much so. There's many mental illnesses that I do understand about, maybe not in complete depth, but you know, I've done a lot of research, and I've watched a lot of documentaries about triggers and things for schizophrenics and things like that. And I do have a few friends that are schizophrenic and a schizotype. There's all sorts of different names. They do get confusing, and it's I think he will be very good for her to understand herself too, because he's showing her how he copes with his, and he's been open with it as well. You know, she's not left guessing when he's having an episode. You know, when when something's triggered him, like with us all. I mean, she understands on her own sort of like point of view, the depression and the anxiety and things like that she's suffered. She knows that she locks herself away from her friends, and that, you know, you need time to take away from yourself just to get your head right. But you know, it's really nice to see that she's actually clicking with someone that can help her. And yeah, this card, this page, it's a blessing of honesty. And it's actually quite funny because she seems to be opening up to me a lot more. I don't know if she realised this, but she seemed very closed off to me for a long time. We used to be very close. Life got in the way, obviously, teenage years and that. I mean, she was a great child, you know, I never had the terrible twos and things like that, and everybody loved her, even at school, so much. But yeah, when she started getting bullied at secondary school, you know, it took its toll. And she started hanging around with certain people, and some of them were very bad for her. And we sort of like drifted apart. There was a few things that happened, but then I was going through a lot of shit. She was watching me falling apart as well, so you know, I can't blame her. I really can't blame her. So yeah, it's nice to see her actually opening up about certain things and trusting me. And I think she's opening up more because she's seeing that she's not getting a bad reaction from me. She's getting some common sense back, you know, and it's all clicking into place. And I see her moving forward so much, so much. She's been in narcissistic relationships. Um, yeah, and it's a shame, but she's always learnt that, well, from watching me, I think, and from what I've said about toxic people, what to do, you know, I did worry that she would fall into the cycle like I did. But I think I taught her enough for her to understand how to get out of it, how to recognise the toxic traits, and fuck them off, basically. I mean, obviously she's still been affected from it, you know, and that's what she's had problems getting over as well. But I think she's starting to realise she's finding her self-worth, and it's just so wonderful to watch. She's got so much that she can give this world. So I promised her that we're going to go to the Download Festival next year, next June. Going to start paying for the tickets next time I get paid. So yeah, that's something for us both to look forward to. I mean, I like some of the stuff at the Download, but I'm more of the upbeat stuff, and this is all the goth and rock and. But there is some stuff from back in the day, you know, Guns N' Roses and all those sorts of things, Kiss, and some names that I know. some people I'll enjoy, and the Prodigy will be there, and I've never seen them. I would like to have, and they were the first ones that got me into rave, so yeah, at least they'll be there. Anyway, I shall carry on and read this. I've been waffling on for ages. Could you see my energy that I'm buzzing about all of this? It's just so good. Yeah, I never could have expected all this to happen. It's just amazing. Okay, I shall carry on. The fairy gift of truthfulness and the ability for others to be false when with you. And the inability for others to be false when with you. So I'm going to have to blow my nose again. Wait a second. I'm back. Here we go. The fairy gift of honesty is now yours. Your ability to see clearly what is true and what is not. To hear the words that are truthful, to speak the truth in ways that will be heard. To live from the heart with integrity and openness is with you now. The fairy are not the. Oh, here we go. This is the word that we both couldn't really get. The fairy is not the duplicitous duplicitous creatures of myth and legend. They can be nothing other than themselves. And at this time, and with this gift, you settle effortlessly into the truth of your own being. There is no need for you to be anything other than who you are, for who you are is so earthly and real that others begin to feel how safe it is to be themselves too. There is, and this is it, and everybody on this channel, you know, you give me the encouragement just to be myself. This is me. It's great, it really is. There is a simplicity and a connectedness that will shine out amongst all those who have cloaked themselves in artifice. There will be no self-deception and no lack of clarity. You are who you are, and that human friend is a blessing to the whole planet. People people will be open and honest with you, and all will be clear and true. You know, I don't have to explain, do I? The amount of openness and honesty on this channel is amazing. You know, we are opening up about our experiences. I'm glad I didn't say stories. Haha, see, it's sinking in. So it's and yeah, Dot, you're a truth seeker. You are a beautiful human being. You have a lot to offer this world. You know, just with your words, your knowledge, you know, you're wise. You've opened my mind to a few things, you know, and we help each other. This is what it's about. Well, in my estimation of things, anyway, this is what it's about. Um, excuse me, Beppy. And the more that we do this, the stronger we're all going to become. You know, it's just a wonderful thing to witness in other people, and just in my daughter as well as myself. You know, it's going on everywhere around me. It's blowing my mind. When I get readings like this, it just blows my mind even more. But we are all connected. We are all part of this universe. You know, we're all made from stardust or whatever. You know, as the saying goes. I am a firm believer in, is it panspermia, that life was created from asteroids slamming into, you know, the Earth, and even like some of the moons on, oh, I can't remember which planet it is, yeah, which moon, sorry, it's been contracted and expanded, and it's got volcanoes of water spurting out everywhere, and I think it's like those particles coming into our atmosphere that's bringing life, you know, and it's the same across the universe. We are life, even this universe is life. We are all connected, and you know, it's toxic. Toxicity is like a virus. It's like the fucking COVID. It keeps us locked in our homes, keeps us locked in our heads. We can't do anything, you know, we feel bad, we feel ill. It's just a virus. And it needs to be stopped, you know, rehabilitate people. You know, prisons are filling up more and more and more. They're not being rehabilitated in the right ways. You know, this world's just going to pot, and it needs to be changed. Well, I've waffled on for quite a long time. I think this is one of my longest videos, actually. 42 minutes. Thank you to everybody if you've stayed this long, and I hope I've made some sense. And I do hope that you see that there is hope out there, just to move forward, to accept yourselves as who you are. You're beautiful people. You're worthy of anything, excuse me, and everything. Excuse me, burping. Oh, here comes another. Excuse me. I think that's my cue to stop now. Yeah. So thank you everybody for watching. Dot, you're beautiful. This one's for you, love. I hope you enjoy it. You take care of yourself. No more falls. Or at least bubble wrap around you or something like that. Something spongy if you do. Yeah. Oh dear, I'm ever so sorry that you felt it. I hope you're feeling better. A nice, like you said, a nice hot bath and Epsom salts. Plenty of painkillers. So yes, I should say goodbye. Thank you everybody. I love you so much. Yes, good night. Love you lots. Bye bye.